Are you ready to make some lunch? You think so? Are you ready to make some lunch? Yeah? All right, should we have some carrots? Yeah, we should. You want me to make that? Yeah, make this. All right, so we're gonna make some carrots and some broccoli. We're gonna slice them up really thin and we're going to lightly steam them so that we can really make sure that all of the nutrients that we need are bioavailable. Our veterinary nutritionist balanced recipe does require the vegetables to be cooked, so we are going to make sure that they are cooked before eating them. So let's see, where's a big fat knife? Here we go. So now we're gonna go ahead and slice the tops off of these. We don't need the greens. I actually don't even know if those are edible. That's a question for me to research later. All right, and then I'm also going to chop the very ends off on the other side. This way we're working with nice flat ends. Now I want to cut them into pieces that are going to be easy to eat. So probably about an inch. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and slice these really thin. We're doing this lengthwise so that we have a nice area that we can spread hummus over top of, but we are going to have them be really soft by the time they're done. Once these are all thinly sliced, we're just going to put them in a bowl and we're going to cover them with water. And then we're gonna go ahead and microwave them for about 3 to 5 minutes, just until they're nice and tender, but they don't like fall apart and get mushy in our hands. And then any extra carrots can just be diced up really finely so that we can use them later. These are also going to be steamed. All right, so we've got our carrots sliced and diced, and now we're going to go ahead and get them both covered with water and steamed in the microwave. Next, we are going to go ahead and slice up our broccoli and get that steamed as well. I just want to make them nice and thin as well. We want to make as many pieces as possible, be able to hold hummus, but we also want the slices to be thin enough to where they're going to be easy to chew and easy for our dogs to digest. So we're going to steam all of the stalks and the floofs all together because we're gonna end up reserving the floofs plus whatever extra vegetables we have to use in our turkey dumplings tonight. But until then, we need to make sure that all of the parts of the broccoli get cooked. So we're gonna go ahead and steam them all together. And just like with our carrots, we're going to cover our broccoli with some water and we're gonna go ahead and microwave it until it's nice and tender. Unlike our carrots, it shouldn't take as long. It should only take our broccoli probably like 2 to 3 minutes to get really nice and tender. And again, we don't want anything to be mushing apart in our hands. Now, the last thing that we need to do before we start making our hummus is to turn these little broccolis into dippers. So we're just gonna cut the little floofs off the top. And I'll set the floof aside for us to use in our dinner. Make sure we give our puppy a treat for being so good. Yeah, so good. She loves broccoli floofs. It's the best part, huh? Nom nom nom. When we go to calculate exactly how many grams we need of each ingredient for today's recipe, we are going to weigh both of these together. We're going to either weigh them separately and add their masses together, or we can put them both together by weighing the containers and then putting these in here and then weighing this all together and finding the difference. Now, hummus is traditionally made with chickpeas and garlic, salt, pepper, and whatever your other preferred seasonings are. But garlic is not safe for dogs. So we're not going to be using garlic, and usually we would put oil in the hummus as well, but we've already used all of the oil that Waffles needs for this week in her mayonnaise. We're gonna use a little bit of water to thin our chickpeas when we blend them in here to make our hummus. We are gonna add a little bit of lemon juice, but we're not going to add any garlic. That would be so dangerous. I'm going to strain these chickpeas into the sink. However, if you are vegan, you can reserve the bean fluid from these chickpeas and use them to make all sorts of stuff, including vegan meringue. Word to the wise, make sure your blade is in before you fill your container with the chickpeas. And then once the blade is in, then we can put chickpeas in here. Make sure it doesn't exceed past wherever the line is for the maximum fill level on whatever you're using. Set those aside for the next batch. I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And then we'll do just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And then I'm gonna close this up and I'm gonna go ahead and start blending it into a nice puree. If I need to add some liquid into here, I'm going to add water because this one is for Waffles and she's already getting all of the oil that she needs in the mayonnaise that we made earlier. So get our lid on there. So you can see we kind of got to a point where the blades can move around, but nothing's gonna move. So that's when I know that I need to add some water. So we're just gonna add a little bit of water and then we'll go ahead and we'll puree it some more. So now you see the blades, as they move, they're gonna keep catching on it. That's the consistency. We're just going to continue blending it until it's nice and smooth. So now we wanna get every last little bit of this hummus put into the bowl for Waffles. You wanna try a little bit? Oh yeah, that's yummy, huh? And then once we have all of her chickpeas measured out for the week and we move on to make our own, then we can decide whether we want to use the same recipe and make it dog friendly so that if they lick our bowl or they have a little bite of our meal as a treat, then it's not gonna hurt anything. It's pretty good. I think that I probably will use oil instead of water in mine. I'll probably use sunflower oil, like maybe just a tablespoon or 2. We'll see. Either way, we've got her set aside and we'll just split that up for the next 6 days. And then we can portion today's on top of our little broccoli slices. The last thing that we need to do to Waffles hummus is to add our nutrient mix into it because this is going to be the easiest thing to mix it in evenly and be able to split it up evenly over the next few days. So 1 batch of food lasts 6 days. And that means, well, not 1 batch, 2 batches. We made 2 batches. But either way, we used 2 things of nutrient mix, so we could either add up the grams and split that evenly over the 6 days, or we could just make 1 dish, like our hummus, that we can mix all the nutrient mix into, and then we can serve that to her. I will say that you should never, ever, ever determine for yourself what supplements your dog needs because it's really easy to exceed safe upper limits, and then your dog can be facing some very serious toxicities. Instead, you should always refer to your veterinarian or licensed veterinary nutritionist if you feel like your dog might be facing some sort of deficiency, and they can run tests or they can determine what kind of deficiency they might be facing. The reason why is because no matter how well you understand the signs of deficiencies for your specific pet, there are always other toxicities and deficiencies of different nutrients that can mask those same symptoms. So it's really, really important to just make sure that you have a veterinarian or a licensed veterinary nutritionist balancing your dog's food, and also you want them to be the ones deciding what kind of supplements they need. So this mix is just the general maintenance supplement packet that is provided to us by our veterinary nutritionist that goes with these meals that we're making and makes sure that all nutrition levels are brought exactly right up to where they need to be. And now this is ready to be split over the next few days and spread over some vegetables for Waffles. We have Waffles hummus done. So we will go ahead and pick a little broccoli slice, like this guy here. Put the hummus right on top of there. Oh my gosh, how adorable is that, right? And then give that to her. Oh, was that really yummy? Yeah, can I have a kiss right here? Let's give her some hummus on this carrot. That good? You like that? Do you want more broccoli? Yeah, I thought so. So now I'm going to make my hummus, and I need to have twice as many chickpeas as Waffles does this week, but I only want half of the chickpeas that I eat to be made into hummus because I'm gonna have some other meals later on this week too. So I'm gonna go ahead and make hummus just like I did for her out of half of this, and then the other half I'm going to reserve for later in the week, and I will show you what we're gonna do with that in our next video. All right, so I'm gonna use half of this for hummus. Oh, put my blade in there. I don't need to worry about washing anything yet because I'm using the same ingredients as I used for hers. Although I might add some oil into mine, we'll see. And then I want to put some lemon juice in here. I like a lot of lemon, so ish. And I'm gonna put a tablespoon of sunflower oil in here. I think it'll deepen the flavor a little bit, make it nice. Some salt. Pepper. My hands are kind of slippery. It's hard to get a good grip, but that's all right. That's all right, we're getting it done. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of the liquid that came in the can of chickpeas back in here. Oops, I didn't mean to put that much. It's okay. And off we go. Oh. Oh yeah. So good. Yeah, make it just like I said. So good. Oh my gosh. Yum. Got a great aftertaste too. Oh, I am loving this. Yum, yum, yum. Now we are finished with our lunch and we're gonna go ahead and split everything up and enjoy it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, that if you want to give this a try, you really enjoy the snacks and the meals, and reach out to me if you have any questions. And yeah, we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.